Reverend Dr. Glenn B. Dames Jr., Senior Pastor of the Allen Temple AME Church here in Tampa, Florida. When I arrived here as the Senior Pastor, servant leader of Allen Temple, I asked the question, if this church was no longer on this corner, would anybody care? Shortly after arriving here, there was a 1-year-old baby who was shot consequently at Robles Park here in Tampa. And we went into action. We adopted the entire Robles Park village. We used that as an opportunity to affect our direct community and to make a difference. We do mentoring at Broward Elementary, where 90% of those kids from Robles Park go to school. We also do a literacy program called Cuddle Up and Read every day, where we help kindergarten through second graders learn literacy. So we've been pretty active day one for me getting here, really. Dr. King's dream for me is a call to action. He went against the status quo. His letter from a Birmingham jail where he had pastors urging him to drop his plight and to forget about the fight, in which he declared, I cannot do so because of a calling from God. So I believe it's a call to action. Everybody has to speak up and live up to that we were called to do. And we were never called to be silent. And anything good I am, I owe to people like my parents, my grandparents, and Miss Eloise Hurd, who invested her meager earnings as a domestic worker, which just means a house cleaner. She cleaned folk houses, but her cleaning folk houses helped me get a quality education. And for me, that's priceless. And as long as I live, and as long as God gives me breath, I shall not forget the investment that my community made in me to become who they wanted me to be and who God called me to be.
My name is Ernest Coney Jr. I'm the CEO of the CDC of Tampa. So we do everything from youth leadership programs to workforce development, building affordable housing, and then helping people understand their finances. Even when I was in high school at Jefferson High School, it was a 2-track system. When I went on to go to an Ivy League school, and some of my friends didn't even graduate from high school, but all of us were in the same buildings at the same time. So what I wanted to do is come to Tampa and create a level playing field so that all kids, no matter what your background is, no matter what zip code you were born in, you have the ability to achieve your dreams. So today we can talk about the 1,000 kids that we've helped to go off to college that are the first in their generation to make it. It's just an amazing journey to see these young folks grow up to do the things that they can do and achieve their God-given potential. When we first started doing our work here in East Tampa, we have 13 pawn shops and payday lenders right along Hillsborough Avenue. We didn't have any banks. So not only did we teach the financial literacy component and really work with people to understand what it means to become bankable, but then we also worked on the fabric of the community and brought in banks.
In 1776, the nation signed a huge promissory note. In this campaign, we're coming to get our check.
Dr. Martin Luther King's legacy is still apparent in today's work. When he talked about he has a dream and seeing young people of different cultures, of different ethnic groups growing up together, he was talking about economic development. He really was going beyond just the civil rights issues and being able to vote, but also combining that with economic issues, being able to control your own destiny, having the ability to earn your own paycheck or start your own company, being able to own your own home. Those are the things that really transform a community and transform a family and stabilizes a family. We have a very simple concept here at the CDC of Tampa. It's called Earn It, Keep It, Grow It. Earn it is about however you're going to get that paycheck. If it's through a job, if it's through entrepreneurship. Keep it is understanding your financial literacy and growing that and the household budget is. And then you get to grow it. Grow it is all about the assets. Getting your own car, your own retirement account, owning your own home. The very first suit that I ever bought any of my students was for his funeral. The reason why we are here today is to make sure that you have the knowledge and the power to understand, to be suited up and to show up for life. I have a personal belief that poverty is also a spirit that is put on people. And we have to be able, as vessels of God, to be able to change that. So when Jesus had to ask his disciples, what's in your hand? At some point, each one of us has to look at ourselves and say what's in our hand to be able to transform the trajectory of where a person or a family is headed.
I am Marvin R. Knight, a concerned citizen of this community. We moved from Zeppelin Hills back in like '73. We moved next door to the fish market. They're on Cass and Rome, Borromeo Mirabella. And I was able to get a little job cleaning up. Charlie Mirabella and family, they was big and on the political scene, and I got involved early on, doing things, making signs, getting involved with the candidates and different things like that. I went on to work with Tico in '85 and still managing, doing things at the fish company. And I went in partnership with the brothers. And then from there, they felt that it was time to, for them to move on, for me to continue on, and I bought out partnership. And then I started with a family-ran business, and we still do it, and some of the same things that we did while I was working for Mirabella do today. Get involved with the community, get in with the election process, helping where we can, and just continue on. And to this day, those still are some of the strong things that we do. Dr. Martin Luther King, other than my mom and father, it was a very positive role model in my life. And when you look at the marches, it wasn't just African American, white, females, Italians, Cubans, you name it. It was just all walks of life. He brought us together for a common cause. And I try to continue to do the same thing and to try to bring people together. And like he was, and I am, nothing by ourselves, but collectively we can make a big impact, and always try to include others and remember that no one gets anywhere on their own.